All right, well, welcome to the Planning Commission meeting for Tuesday, November 12th, 2024. Ray, I'll let you get your seat and then do roll call for us.
Rick Ferris,
Here.
Joel Storm, Carl Eagley, Patrick Tivanaugh,
Here.
Mike Armstrong,
Here.
Jerry Ralston,
Here.
Josh Wilbur,
Here.
Van Crafton,
Here.
Zach Laughlin.
All right, everyone should have received the minutes from last month's meeting. Any questions, comments?
The minutes weren't ready yet.
I
They'll
thought
be
they
ready.
were.
No, they
I
weren't.
don't know why I thought I saw them.
No, they were
I must
supposed
have
to.
gone next week. Okay, so.
They'll be ready by next meeting.
Well, then we're not going to do anything with that. So we'll just, in Devin, I assume we can just approve those at the next PC meeting. We'll be all right, okay. All right, so we have several applications this evening. We have a couple that were tabled from last month, so we're going to start with those. Our first tabled application is PCGB-24-8, David Hall, General Business Setback Application. The applicant is requesting setbacks of 147 feet from the north lot line, 371 feet from the east lot line, 250 feet from the south lot line, and 332 feet from the west lot line. Location is 423 East Clifty Drive, zoned general business. Is you the applicant? Okay. Come on up to the podium if you could. State your name and address for us.
David Hall, 101 East Riverside Drive, Evansville, Indiana.
All right. Ray, is there anything more we should know about this application? Okay. David, is there anything that you can shed light on with this application for us? Anything further from what we got here?
Well, basically, we're just doing a redo inside that space. Lex is coming in, and we had to do some modifications to the space for the remodel.
What'd you say? Who's coming in?
Lex,
Clicks. Okay. Sorry. Okay. All right. Any questions, comments from the board? Any comments, questions from the audience? All right. Hearing none, I'll accept a motion on the application.
I move we approve application PCGB 24-8 for 423 East Clifty Drive as presented.
Do we have a second?
I second that.
All right. Ray, roll call.
Rick Ferris,
Yes.
Patrick Tivanaugh,
Yes.
Mike Armstrong,
Yes.
Jerry Ralston,
Yes.
Josh Wilbur,
Yes.
Van Crafton.
Yes.
All right, David. You're good. Thank you. That is it.
thank you.
Short, simple, and sweet, huh? All right. All right. Second application is PCRZ-24-8, Jonathan Thompson. Application to amend the official zoning map. The applicant is requesting to have parcel ID 39-08-21-443 009.000-007 rezoned from general business to medium density residential, location 2317 Lanier Drive, currently zoned general business. Is the applicant here for this? Not, then we will wait till the end, make sure we give time for the applicant to show up, and then we'll revisit this application. New applications. We have our first one on new applications is PCAF-24-13, John Demery, application to amend the final plat. The applicant is requesting to amend parcel ID 39-08-22-223-005.000-007, location 748 Clifty Drive, zoned general business. We have an applicant here for this.
He stepped out to get the plats. He'll be back.
Oh. Man, I'm 0 for 2 on this. This is not good. All right. Since he went out to get that, we'll go down to the number 3 on here because Mr. Demery's got 1 and 2 on this. So the third new application we have is PCAF-24-15, Chris Albertson. Application to amend the final plat. The applicant is requesting to split parcel ID 39-13-01-223-032.001-007, location 1018 Park Avenue, zoned historic district residential. Do we have an applicant, somebody representing this? you could state your name and address for us.
Chris Albertson, address 10715 Elbridge Drive.
Is that, can you, there's a place right at the bottom to turn that on. If you touch it, it should turn on toward the bottom of the mic. Is it not coming on? Oh, well, that's right there is probably why.
Chris Albertson,
There we go.
10715 Elbridge Trail, Sellersburg. Good evening, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Chris. Ray, is there anything more on this application?
No, he's just amending that plat so he can place a residence on it.
Okay, is that pretty
Yep,
much?
basically
it?
just splitting that parcel in half for future development.
Any questions from the board? Hearing none, is there any questions, comments, concerns from the audience? All right, I'll accept a motion on the application.
I make a motion to approve application PCAF-24-15.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, Ray?
Rick Ferris,
Yes.
Patrick Tevenall,
Yes.
Mike Armstrong,
Yes.
Jerry Ralston,
Yes.
Josh Wilbur,
Yes.
Ben Crafton.
Yes.
All right, there you go, Chris.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you, appreciate it. See John back yet, so. All right, next application is PCAP-24-6, Darcy Leesburg. Application for accessible parking plan. Location is 1200 Clifty Drive, zoned heavy manufacturing district M2. Do we have someone representing this application? Come on up. If you could state your name and address for us.
Good evening. John LaPointe, I'm representing Brightwork Real Estate, 3708 West Swan Avenue, Tampa, Florida.
All right, thank you. Ray, any comments on this?
Yeah, so this is kind of like a preliminary kind of application because he still will need approval from the BZA for the actual conditional use permit. So this is just for the parking for that.
So this is an accessible parking plan. I don't think, is that what that is there or? Oh, okay.
That should be the site plan
Oh, it's the site plan.
associated with the project that's running right behind us.
Yeah, the site plan's attached to the agenda. It's just a plan. It shows the ingress, egress, and whatnot on there.
We have 65 parking spaces, 3D stall per code, accessible.
Okay,
pathways
that's what I was gonna
right
ask
away.
is the ADA, parking spaces.
This plan meets our city zoning standards for
It
parking.
meets the minimum stall requirements, and it also meets the ADA minimums.
Any other questions from the board? Questions, comments from the audience?
I guess I have one further question. Since this is a M2 zoning, are there any concerns with this sort of project in that zoning? Or
No, so we spoke with Nicole beforehand, and essentially they're not going to have it rezoned. They're going to keep it as is, and eventually they're going to split that parcel to make it its own separate parcel. But no, we just thought that it's best if it
Still a
just stays.
permitted
stays-
use within M2? Okay.
Yeah, we're doing a conditional use for the BZA right after this for that specific reason in M2.
Just looking at the egress and egress. So currently, nothing is, happened on this just
No,
yet or
it's-
anything?
It's a nice flat site, right
Yeah.
in the flat site plan.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, look here at your egress and ingress areas, just seeing where they're coming in and out of.
I assume, will you need to work with NDOT on those?
Yeah, we've already had a preliminary discussion with them, and they're on board preliminary with the locations and the access points shown in the plan.
Okay.
Obviously, we'll fine tune that through the development process, but, they're on board right now.
Do you know the dimensions of the parking spaces?
22 by 10. Off the top, man, I think that your code is
Yep.
much larger than we're typically seeing. We go 20 by 10, and usually that's enough. So every parking spot meets our code.
That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Staff was great to make sure we took care of that for you.
What type of traffic are you expecting for your ingress and egress areas? I mean, how many?
Very similar to what you're seeing in the Southwest and the Casey's.
Okay.
It's a convenience store, with gas, with a restaurant, not a restaurant, but a food component. So,
Okay. Gotcha. semi-traffic though?
Yeah, all works. WB 67 for food services and WB 50.
So it's gonna
For the
service
fuel.
all, okay, so it's gonna service all types of
Yeah.
vehicles, okay.
AutoTurn's been running every plan. We'll fine tune that as we get into the final
Okay.
development plans.
Yeah, the biggest thing I think would be just, big semis coming out.
Yeah.
And getting that turn,
Yeah.
not hitting you.
No, they don't like us wasting their time if we can't get their trucks in operationally. It's one way
I
to
got
not do anybody's work real quick.
It's the quickest way to get
Yeah.
residents upset too.
Yeah, exactly. I don't want my wife dealing with it.
All right. Any other questions? Audience? All right, come on up and you state your name and address first.
My name is Mark Baer, Bear's Furniture, 1332 Clifty Drive. We have the property right across on Lanier Drive. I'm just concerned with water runoff. I have a really bad issue with water coming off on the parking issue. I didn't know, would that be addressed in any way?
I mean, right now, it's just, and we're just looking at the accessible parking plans. That's all we're really evaluating tonight, but, once they start getting more of the structure, more of the components put together, of course, the BZA will be a part of what you want to talk to with that, but normally, when you're putting a structure in, there's usually some type of a water, shed area.
Yeah. Right now, it's right behind our furniture business. That's the only thing, so.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I can understand the concern, and that's usually the concern with new structures going up, is how is that going to change the water flow
Yes, sir.
and things, right? So, if I'm not mistaken, this is close to where the creek is, right? Or not? right? Am I looking wrong?
I'm right here at 2425 Lanier Drive. Is this?
Can I steal one of your site plans?
Please,
I didn't-
yeah, please show him, yeah, you're fine. And this is
Yeah,
because I'm thinking you're a couple, you got the Mexican restaurant, they're across
right
from the
next to
Mexican
the
restaurant.
Mexican
Yeah,
I was thinking this was gonna be right across from the Mexican restaurant.
it is on is that right by Armor, where
Armor.
Armor Metal used to be,
Yeah.
right? It's that,
Would that having to do with runoff as far as parking or anything, or?
So this is
Okay.
our site plan. We've got a turn side, but let's see if I can get it in there. So here's the near. There's 50. So we're gonna have two large stormwater conservation property.
Right.
Yeah, we're.
NDOT should have pretty ample drainage along
These two ponds have to work the access point, so I don't see how we can do anything but improve
Okay.
what might be out there.
I like that.
And then we made sure stormwater ponds to attenuate everything we're doing there. Cool. And then, as they say, as we get through the design, we'll be able to fine tune it right now, so it's here for ADA.
All right,
No problem.
thank you. I just wanted to state my concerns about it.
See any kind of site plan before.
So we have access on. This is the big.
So super ATV, you're gonna use, where's their entrance? Just over here?
Yeah. Where I'm having is one of those right back here, store, it's ponding there, so I didn't want to make it worse.
No, we definitely don't. Sorry, we're.
Okay,
Yeah, I just had to see the site plan.
Oh, no problem.
thank you.
I would also like to add to your concerns about stormwater drainage. The city's we're up in the process of updating our stormwater ordinance right now, and I think that will allow for additional inspections and just to make sure that there isn't going to be any unnecessary issues there.
Any other questions?
I like this interaction.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You
It's
didn't,
wonderful.
for accessible parking, I mean, this is, but, new structures coming in, a lot, it's, people are always interested in, watershed is almost always the question, right? Because we wanna know where it's gonna go. I know there is that creek behind, we're at Grody, so we're just, on the other side of the creek, so, the city will have a part to play, we all know that, in that as well as not, so. With that, I guess I'll accept the motion on this application.
I move we approve application PCRZ 24-8 as, or, sorry. Wait, what was that? Yeah, sorry. 24-6 for 1200 Clifty Drive for the accessible parking plan as presented.
Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Ray?
Rick Ferris,
Yes.
Patrick Tevenall,
Yes.
Mike Armstrong,
Yes.
Jerry Ralston,
Yes.
Josh Wilbur, Van Crafton.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
All right, go, back up to,
See John. Okay, so we'll go to PCAF 24-14, Robert Wallace, application to amend the final plat. The applicant is requesting to split parcel ID 39-08-443-030.000-007. Location is 755 and a half West Third Street, zoned historic district residential. That was Nancy. You could state your name and address for us.
So my name is Nancy Sobek, Reese, and my address is 6376 North State Road 7, Madison, Indiana.
All right, thank you, Nancy.
So I represent the buyer and the seller on this property, and the buyer is present and the seller's family is present. The seller is 93 and unable to attend tonight,
Okay.
but she has power of attorney, so we're
No
here.
Okay,
So it's a pretty simple
all right,
situation where it's just a plot behind a home,
Okay.
and it goes over behind the second home. So the gentleman that owns the second home would like to have that part of his property go back. So it's just simply splitting right down the middle. So it's an L shape currently. So the leg of the L will go with the current buyer's house, and the straight piece of the L will stay with the seller's, and he owns that property. So we had a rush survey done, so we did the survey, everything's been done properly. So we'd like to conclude the transaction and then take care of the property and get it cleaned up.
okay. Any questions from the board? Questions, comments from the audience? All right, hearing none, accept the motion.
I'll make a motion to accept application PCAF-24-14.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
All right, Ray?
Rick Ferris,
yes.
Patrick Tevenall,
Yes.
Mike Armstrong,
Yes.
Jerry Ralston,
Yes.
Josh Wilbur,
Yes.
Van Crafton.
Yes.
All right, very good, Nancy, thank you.
Thank you.
Next application is PCAF-24-13, John Demery, application to amend the final plat. The applicant is requesting to amend parcel ID 39-08-22-223-005.000-007, location 748 Clifty Drive, zoned general business. Ray, any?
No, sir.
Okay. John, anything more we should know on what you're doing here with this?
It's just a split of the parcel, just a commercial parcel on Clifty Drive, there by Aaron's. I'm sure you all know where it is.
Okay,
Just, the gentleman is a developer. He's hoping to put a restaurant or what have you there.
so you're just splitting the plat so you can, make one, separate plat, sell or lease, or what's the?
Well, Aaron's is WRE Madison, and they're not using that part of the property and decided to sell it off.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? Questions, concerns from the audience? All right, accept a motion.
I make a motion that we accept PCAF-24-13 for John Demery as stated.
All right, do we have a second?
Second.
All right, Ray?
Rick Ferris,
Yes.
Patrick Tevenall,
Yes.
Mike Armstrong,
Yes.
Jerry Ralston,
Yes.
Josh Wilbur,
Yes.
Van Crafton.
Yes.
There you go, John. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. All right, we'll go back to the application that was tabled. We didn't have an applicant here. We'll just see. We got application PCRZ-24-8, Jonathan Thompson. Is someone here to represent that one? No one is present, so this has been tabled once already, the board, and I would recommend not tabling again, but that's my recommendation.
I would move we deny application PCRZ-24-8 for Jonathan Thompson at 2317 Linear Drive.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, Ray.
Do we, point of order, do we need a roll call on that as a rejection of the application?
Was it a roll? I thought we just did the one.
Since it's,
It won't hurt, do it.
Okay, we'll do roll call.
I'm sorry, I thought it was just.
Rick Ferris,
Yes.
Patrick Tevenall,
yes.
Mike Armstrong,
Yes.
Jerry Ralston,
Yes.
Josh Wilbur,
Yes.
Van Crabner.
Yes.
Good call. All right, any new business, Ray? Or
Sir.
old business?
Nope.
No? Anything from the board? All right, with that, I'll accept a motion to adjourn.
We've got one with Candace Carpenter.
That's the next meeting.
That's BZA. Wrong meeting, Scott. You're just, you know what?
Too early.
If you leave it to Scott to, I almost had my time and now you messed it up. All right, take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And Scott is out. He's excited though.